Boeing just launched its Starliner spacecraft with human passengers for the first time. NASA initially contracted with both Boeing and SpaceX to create what's basically two slightly different versions of the same concept.
Elon Musk has never been one to shy away from controversy, and his latest statement is no exception. At a recent event, Musk made headlines when he quipped, "The Boeing Starliner's stranded astronauts are gone." The comment has sent shockwaves across the aerospace industry and ignited debates on social media. Was this just another one of Musk's sarcastic jabs? Or does it reveal a deeper truth about the ongoing struggles of Boeing's Starliner program? To fully understand the gravity of this situation, let's take a closer look at the context, history, and implications behind Musk's words. This story isn't just about two companies competing in the space race. It's about the future of space exploration itself. Chapter 1. A rivalry born of necessity. In 2010, NASA launched the Commercial Crew Program to encourage private companies to develop spacecraft capable of ferrying astronauts to and from the International Space Station, ISS. The program's objective was clear: to restore America's independent access to space and end its reliance on Russia's Soyuz spacecraft, which had been the sole option for crewed missions since the space shuttle was retired in 2011. NASA awarded contracts to two companies, SpaceX and Boeing, believing that fostering competition would spur innovation, reduce costs, and ensure the development of reliable crewed spacecraft. SpaceX set to work on its Crew Dragon spacecraft, while Boeing began developing the CST-100 Starliner. On paper, the Starliner appeared to be a strong contender. Boeing's decades of aerospace expertise and its long-standing reputation as a leader in aviation and space technology positioned it as a natural choice for such an ambitious endeavor. However, as the years passed, cracks began to show in Boeing's program. Delays, technical issues, and escalating costs plagued the Starliner's development. Test flights revealed significant software glitches, and Boeing's inability to meet key milestones on schedule raised questions about the company's ability to deliver a safe and reliable spacecraft. Meanwhile, SpaceX's Crew Dragon not only progressed steadily, but also delivered successful missions to the ISS, setting a high standard for Boeing to match. The Commercial Crew Program's competitive approach highlighted a stark contrast between the two companies. SpaceX's entrepreneurial agility and commitment to rapid iteration allowed it to outpace Boeing, whose struggles seemed emblematic of the challenges faced by legacy aerospace firms in adapting to a new era of space exploration. The Starliner's journey underscores the growing divide between traditional approaches and the innovative strategies reshaping the industry. Chapter 2. The Starliner's Troubled History. Boeing's Starliner program has faced persistent challenges, with technical issues, delays, and cost overruns tarnishing its reputation. The first major setback occurred during the Uncrewed Orbital Flight Test, OFT, in December 2019. This critical mission was designed to demonstrate the Starliner's capability to dock with the International Space Station, ISS, and safely return to Earth. Instead, it ended in failure and highlighted deeper problems within the program. A software glitch caused the spacecraft's onboard computer to miscalculate its timing, leaving it stranded in the wrong orbit. As a result, the Starliner was unable to reach the ISS, forcing NASA and Boeing to cut the mission short. Subsequent investigations revealed another alarming software flaw, one that could have caused a catastrophic collision during re-entry if it hadn't been identified and corrected in time. These issues underscored significant gaps in quality control and testing, raising concerns not just for Boeing, but also for NASA, which had entrusted the company with a pivotal role in the commercial crew program. The fallout from the OFT failure was significant. The Starliner was grounded for over a year as Boeing scrambled to address the identified problems. However, the setbacks didn't end there. In 2021, the program faced yet another hurdle when a second test flight was postponed due to issues with the spacecraft's propulsion valves, further delaying progress. These repeated delays caused frustration within NASA and highlighted the stark contrast between Boeing's struggles and SpaceX's success in the same program. As of late 2024, Boeing's Starliner has yet to carry astronauts into orbit, a stark reminder of the program's challenges. The delays and technical problems have not only eroded confidence in Boeing's ability to deliver, but have also cast doubt on whether the company can compete in the rapidly evolving landscape of space exploration. The ongoing issues serve as a wake-up call for Boeing and the industry as a whole, emphasizing the need for adaptability and rigorous innovation in an era dominated by agile newcomers like SpaceX. Chapter 3. Meanwhile, SpaceX soars. While Boeing faced persistent challenges, SpaceX soared to unprecedented heights. In 2020, SpaceX made history with the Crew Dragon's Demo 2 mission, successfully transporting NASA astronauts to the International Space Station, ISS, and safely returning them to Earth. This marked the first time in nearly a decade that a U.S. spacecraft carried astronauts into orbit, restoring America's independent access to space. Since then, Crew Dragon has completed over 10 successful crewed missions, including private space flights and commercial ventures, solidifying SpaceX's position as a leader in human spaceflight. SpaceX's success is no accident. The company's iterative design approach allows for rapid prototyping and improvement, while rigorous testing ensures reliability and safety. By prioritizing cost efficiency, SpaceX has been able to deliver high-quality results at a fraction of the price typically associated with traditional aerospace programs. Elon Musk's bold vision of making space travel both affordable and accessible has pushed the company to achieve milestones once deemed impossible, from reusable rockets to private space tourism. In stark contrast, Boeing's ongoing struggles with the Starliner program underscore the difficulties legacy aerospace companies face in adapting to an industry transformed by innovation and competition. While SpaceX is forging ahead with ambitious plans for Mars-bound starships and lunar missions, Boeing is still grappling with fundamental issues to get the Starliner operational. This juxtaposition highlights a widening gap between traditional approaches and the agile, visionary strategies driving the future of space exploration. As SpaceX thrives, Boeing's challenges serve as a reminder of how the industry's landscape is evolving and the need to evolve with it. Chapter 4. Elon Musk's comment. A joke or a warning? When Elon Musk quipped, "The Boeing Starliner's stranded astronauts are gone," many brushed it off as another instance of his trademark humor. But was it really just a joke? Some experts argue that Musk's remark was a sharp critique of Boeing's ongoing delays and the potential risks these setbacks pose. The implication is clear. Without a reliable spacecraft like the Starliner, astronauts could be left without a viable means of reaching the International Space Station, ISS, creating a critical gap in NASA's operations and straining its commitments to international partners. Musk's comment highlights more than just Boeing's struggles. It underscores SpaceX's dominance in the commercial spaceflight arena. While Boeing has faced repeated setbacks with its Starliner program, SpaceX's Crew Dragon has consistently delivered results, completing successful missions to the ISS and cementing its reputation as NASA's most reliable private partner. Musk's pointed remark challenges the aerospace industry to address uncomfortable truths about performance, accountability, and innovation, shining a light on the widening gap between legacy companies and agile newcomers. The statement also reflects Musk's confidence in SpaceX's position as a leader in the new space age. By publicly calling out Boeing, Musk forces the industry to reckon with the reality that traditional approaches are no longer sufficient in a landscape defined by rapid advancements and fierce competition. The comment, whether intentional or not, serves as a rallying cry for innovation and a reminder that complacency has no place in the high-stakes world of space exploration. Chapter 5. NASA's Dilemma. Stick or twist? Despite Boeing's struggles with the Starliner program, NASA has not canceled its contract. The reason is clear: redundancy. NASA is determined to maintain at least 2 providers for crewed missions to ensure the United States doesn't rely solely on one company. This redundancy acts as a safeguard against potential disruptions caused by technical failures, supply chain issues, or even geopolitical conflicts, providing a backup plan to maintain steady access to space. However, this strategy comes with significant costs. Boeing's contract is valued at billions of dollars, and its repeated delays have raised serious questions about whether this investment remains worthwhile. Critics argue that NASA should prioritize resources toward SpaceX, a company that has already demonstrated reliability and capability with its Crew Dragon spacecraft. By focusing on a proven provider, NASA could streamline efforts and reduce risks associated with Boeing's prolonged setbacks. On the other hand, proponents of the Starliner program emphasize the importance of competition in fostering innovation and resilience within the space industry. They contend that having multiple providers ensures that no single company dominates the market, driving improvements in technology, cost efficiency, and overall performance. For NASA, the decision to continue supporting Boeing is not just about redundancy, but also about maintaining a dynamic and competitive commercial spaceflight ecosystem. Should NASA stick with Boeing to preserve competition, or is it time to cut its losses and concentrate on SpaceX? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective on this critical debate. Chapter 6. The bigger picture. What's at stake? This rivalry between SpaceX and Boeing transcends contracts and corporate pride. It's about the future of human space exploration and humanity's aspirations beyond Earth. The International Space Station, ISS, is more than just a laboratory orbiting our planet. It is a symbol of international cooperation, a hub for groundbreaking scientific research, and a testing ground for advanced technologies. Reliable spacecraft to transport astronauts and cargo to and from the station are critical to ensuring its continued operation and the success of its missions. But the stakes go far beyond the ISS. The lessons learned from spacecraft, like SpaceX's Crew Dragon and Boeing's Starliner, will directly influence humanity's next steps toward the Moon, Mars, and beyond. These programs serve as precursors to more ambitious efforts, such as building lunar habitats, deploying Martian exploration missions, and eventually establishing permanent settlements on other worlds. The ability to innovate, adapt, and deliver reliable results will determine which companies and nations lead the charge into this new era of space exploration. For legacy companies like Boeing, the question is existential. Can they adapt to the demands of a rapidly evolving aerospace landscape? Or will they be left behind as agile competitors like SpaceX continue to push the boundaries of what's possible? The rivalry underscores a larger shift in the industry, where traditional approaches are being replaced by faster, more cost-effective methods driven by entrepreneurial vision. The outcome of this competition will shape not just the future of space travel, but also humanity's place in the cosmos. The stakes couldn't be higher. Chapter 7: A Future Beyond the ISS. While Boeing continues to face challenges in bringing the Starliner to operational status, SpaceX is already setting its sights on destinations far beyond Earth orbit. The company's ambitious Starship program is designed to revolutionize space travel, aiming to enable crewed missions to the Moon, Mars, and potentially other planets in the solar system. NASA has already recognized SpaceX's capabilities by selecting Starship to serve as the Human Landing System, HLS, for the Artemis program, which seeks to return humans to the lunar surface by 2025. This milestone positions SpaceX as a pivotal player in humanity's next giant leap into space exploration. In contrast, Boeing remains focused on the International Space Station, ISS, a crucial but increasingly crowded destination. While the ISS continues to be a hub for scientific research and international collaboration, its role as the centerpiece of human spaceflight is beginning to shift. Private companies and international space agencies are developing their own space stations, diversifying the landscape of low Earth orbit. As this evolution unfolds, the Starliner's relevance could diminish further, particularly if Boeing cannot expand its focus to align with future demands in deep space exploration. The comparison between SpaceX and Boeing highlights a broader divergence in vision. SpaceX is pushing the boundaries of space travel, laying the groundwork for interplanetary missions, while Boeing is struggling to maintain its foothold in an increasingly competitive low Earth orbit market. If Boeing cannot adapt to this new reality, its position as a leader in space exploration may continue to erode, leaving SpaceX and other forward-thinking companies to define the next era of human spaceflight. Chapter 8: Is Boeing running out of time? With each delay, Boeing faces increasing pressure to demonstrate that it can still compete in the rapidly evolving space industry. The Starliner's next test flight represents a pivotal moment for the company, a chance to prove its capabilities and restore confidence in its role as a key player in human space exploration. A successful mission could revitalize the program, reaffirming Boeing's ability to deliver reliable spacecraft. On the other hand, another failure could spell the end of the road for the Starliner, potentially jeopardizing Boeing's future in crewed spaceflight altogether. Elon Musk, however, isn't waiting for Boeing to recover. SpaceX continues to push the boundaries of what's possible, launching missions with precision, consistency, and a proven track record of success. Musk's provocative remark about the Starliner's astronauts being gone may have seemed harsh, but it underscores a growing reality within the space industry. In this high-stakes, fast-paced field, there is little room for error, and even less for repeated setbacks. The contrast between SpaceX's momentum and Boeing's challenges highlights the widening gap between the two companies. While SpaceX is focused on the future, from the moon to Mars, Boeing is struggling to prove it can still meet the demands of the present. The outcome of the Starliner's next mission will not only determine the program's fate, but also serve as a reflection of how legacy companies like Boeing can adapt or fail in an era dominated by rapid innovation and fierce competition. Chapter 9. What does this mean for the future? The rivalry between Boeing and SpaceX represents a critical moment in the transformation of the aerospace industry. Legacy companies like Boeing, which once dominated the field, now face fierce competition from agile newcomers with disruptive technologies and bold ambitions. SpaceX has redefined what's possible with reusable rockets, rapid innovation cycles, and a clear vision for interplanetary exploration. Meanwhile, Boeing's challenges with the Starliner highlight the struggles traditional players face in adapting to this rapidly changing landscape. The stakes are monumental. The outcomes of this rivalry will not only determine market leadership, but also shape humanity's trajectory in space for decades to come. Access to the moon, Mars, and beyond hinges on the decisions being made today. Will Boeing find a way to leverage its extensive experience and resources to remain competitive? Or will SpaceX's momentum and visionary approach leave them behind? This competition reflects a larger dynamic, a shift from slow institutional approaches to fast entrepreneurial methods that prioritize innovation and cost efficiency. As the private space race accelerates, the impact will ripple far beyond the industry, influencing global collaboration, technological development, and humanity's potential as a spacefaring civilization. Only time will reveal how this new chapter unfolds. What's your take? Chapter 10. The future of space exploration. What do you think? Can Boeing turn things around and make the Starliner a success? Or is SpaceX destined to dominate the new era of space exploration? Elon Musk's remark about the Starliner astronauts being gone might be cheeky, but it reflects a larger truth about the shifting dynamics in the space industry. With SpaceX setting the pace with groundbreaking innovations, Boeing faces mounting pressure to prove its value and stay relevant in this high-stakes race. The space race is heating up, and the stakes are astronomical. Whether you're inspired by Musk's bold vision or hopeful for Boeing's resurgence, one thing is certain. The future of space exploration is unfolding right before our eyes. Humanity is at the cusp of a new frontier, and every development is shaping our destiny among the stars. What do you think? Can Boeing make a comeback, or will SpaceX continue to lead the charge? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you're as fascinated by the race to the stars as we are, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Stay informed, join the conversation, and be part of this exciting journey. Hit the bell icon to ensure you never miss an update as we uncover the stories shaping the future of space travel. Together, let's explore the final frontier